Section 12 of the Public Order Act already allows the senior police officer to place conditions on a protest march, such as by rerouting it, if a march will be noisy, disruptive, or intimidating. So can the Home Secretary clarify what she meant with her comments about Section 12? When she talks about addressing the cumulative impact of the marches, is she still talking about allowing the rolling anti-Israel marches to go ahead, just by different routes? Or does she want to give herself the power to stop them altogether?
The measure that I've announced will be about placing conditions on marches, both under Section 12 and 14 of the Public Order Act. What became very clear to me in the immediate aftermath of the terror attack in Manchester was there was inconsistency of practice across policing forces in the country as to whether cumulative impact could in fact be taken into account when they are making their decisions as to whether to place conditions on a march or a protest or not. The legislation I propose will make explicit that cumulative impact is in and of itself a feature that policing can take into account in order to put conditions on a march, that it doesn't need to meet any other threshold before conditions could be placed on a march or a protest. On the wider question, that is why I am reviewing the broader legislative framework. I will have more to say about potential bans, although he will know from his own time at the Home Office there are consequences to policing and banning of protests, as well as there are of allowing them to go ahead and having conditions. And again, it's one of those areas where I think a careful balance needs to be struck. I hope there might be cross-party agreement on how we get that careful balance and how we hold it and ensure that the police are able to police effectively wherever we may decide in the future.